Hi everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm sharing 24 ways to customize your iPad. Don't forget to check out the blog post linked below to access a bunch of free downloads to help you with your iPad customization. The timestamps will also be in the description. Without further ado, let's get into it. You can get your iPad or second generation Apple Pencil engraved for free if you order through Apple. You can get a new case. I've had this one for like a year and a half, so I probably could use a new one. You can also get cases and grips for your Apple Pencil as well. You can get a screen protector. I like the matte ones because it cuts the glare and it's easier to write on with the Apple Pencil. I got this one in a 3-pack from Amazon for about $12. To get new fonts, simply go to the App Store, download an app, and then go through that app and enable it on your keyboard, and then that way you have access to a bunch of different fonts and images. I've been using the first one in the second row. It's just called Fonts and it's free, but you can pay more to download more fonts, but I think the free version is sufficient. To set it up, follow the instructions in the app, and then to access it on your keyboard, press and hold the little globe icon in the bottom left and then press Fonts. You can switch through different styles or keyboards within the Fonts keyboard across the top. Changing your background is so simple, yet it makes such a big difference. If you like the snake plant background that I'm starting with or the one I'm changing it to, then be sure to check out the link below. On my website I have those available for download, as well as a peach theme version of the snake plant one. You can actually change the size of the apps. I'm starting with the large ones, which is just standard, but you can switch to the small ones, which make them more similar to your iPhone size. But then if you have the small one on, when you turn it, your sidebar will appear on your main screen. Enabling multitasking allows you to swipe between apps and screens with 4 fingers. Image in image allows you to do the Netflix trick that I'm going to show you in a bit. And you can also turn on and off the recommended apps in your dock. Next, I'm showing you the easiest way to get a website shortcut on your home screen. So first you're going to go to the website you want to add, and then on the top right corner press the little square button, scroll down and find Add to Home Screen. I'm adding a shorter name just so it looks cleaner on my home screen, and then press Done, and there it shows up on your home screen. Next is also super simple, but it's just adding your apps in folders. I'm also taking it one step further by using different fonts to name my folders. If you use Google Calendar, which I highly recommend, you can actually sync your Google Calendar with the calendars on your phone and iPad and Macs. So you just go to Accounts and Passwords, and then you're going to press Add Account, click a Google one, and then follow this login screen. Once you're done that, it'll bring you to this screen, and I'm turning everything else off because I don't need it, and I'm only syncing the calendars. Now when you go to the Apple Calendar app, you will actually see your events that you have added from your Google Calendar. By syncing your calendars, it actually gives you access to more widgets for your sidebar, which brings me to my next point, and that is customizing your sidebar. So open it and then scroll to the bottom and press Edit. Now you can add and delete and change the order of a bunch of different widgets. They do have a Google Calendar widget, but there's only one option for it, and there are multiple options for the calendar widgets, so it just gives you more variety. The next 3 kind of go hand in hand, so I'm going to start by going to Pinterest and searching for a color palette. If you are adding a color palette or new colors to GoodNotes, make sure you search hex codes because you need those in order to add the colors. I just searched yellow color palette and looked for one that had hex codes. You can specify it in your search as well, and then just screenshot it, and then we're going to open the app you want to create your color palette in. I'm going into Procreate and opening a blank canvas, and then I'm going to split screen my iPad in order to drag and drop the image we just took from Pinterest. To split screen, open the dock by sliding up, drag and drop the app you want to add. Make sure it's the original app though. If you use the custom app covers that I'm going to show you in a minute, make sure you have suggested apps turned on. Now you can have the second app on your screen or fully split screened, and you can also change the ratios. Now drag and drop the image of the color palette and go to Colors, then Palettes, and press the plus sign in order to add a new palette and name that palette. Now hold the screen with your finger to open the color picker and hover over the color on the image that you want. Now tap the square in your palette where you want to add it. You can also open the color picker tool by clicking the square in between the size and opacity settings on the side. You can drag the colors once in the palette to rearrange them, or hold and delete a color. You can download custom Procreate brushes. Some people sell them, but there are also a bunch of free ones if you just search free Procreate brushes, or you can customize brushes you already have to make your own. Customize your app covers by opening the Shortcut app and press Add New Shortcut. Press the three dots and name your shortcut. Now in the top left search bar, search Open App and click that, and it will show up under your title. Now choose your app and go back to those three dots and press Add to Home Screen. Now click Choose Image, pick the image and center it, and add a name for your app. This is what will show up on your home screen. You can even use fonts from earlier here. If you want to download any of these app covers or backgrounds, be sure to check out my website, which is linked below. If you go back to the Shortcuts app, you can actually just search their pre-made shortcuts, and they have a ton of things from music and photography to productivity assistance. So just look through and you can find different things to customize your iPad with. You can also customize the widgets in your control center, so you can add them and rearrange them. This is also where you get the screen recorder feature. You can also turn on and off the battery percentage in the top right corner of your iPad. You can switch between dark and light mode. I personally prefer dark mode, but let me know in the comments below what you prefer. You can change your brightness here or in your control center. You can change the length of time your iPad stays on before it automatically goes to sleep. You can also turn night shift mode on either here, or you can program it for specific times or have it set for sunset to sunrise. You can change the tone of night mode. I think it comes standard just in the middle setting, but I personally like it much warmer, but you can also do it cooler as well. You can also set just your background to a darker version. You can customize sounds for different notifications or turn them off altogether. You can also turn on and off the keyboard clicking as well as the click when you turn your iPad off. The next one I actually use quite often, especially when I'm drawing in Procreate. So if you're in Netflix and you have a video playing, you can just press your home screen and it will pop it into image and image. You can change the size and the location of it. To go back to the regular Netflix screen, press the left circle and it will pop it back into the Netflix app. Or press the X to get rid of the screen altogether. Apple actually has some pretty good options for accessibility and making your phone more user-friendly. So if you are visually impaired or you struggle to hear, you can actually add settings or change these settings to use your device better. My last tip is customizing your keyboard, and I'm not talking about fonts this time. You can actually change everything from your shortcuts and auto capitalization and autocorrect and the shortcut for the period, bunch of stuff. And there's also something really cool you can do with your keyboard, but you have to make sure you have dissociate keyboard on. If you press the little keyboard icon in the bottom right, there's actually 3 other ways of making your keyboard. So if you're working on a project and you want to see more of the screen, you can make it smaller, you can move it around, you can have a full-size keyboard but slid up to the top, or you can have a split keyboard as well. I just wanted to say thanks for watching, and if I didn't plug my website enough already, don't forget to check that out and all the free downloads. Let me know what other videos you want to see, and don't forget to subscribe because I have a MacBook customization video coming later in September. See you all next time.